enjoyed this conversation with you, darling. I'm so happy that we connected and that now you are inside of my circle and I am
Yes,
inside of your circle.
absolutely.
I would love to hear as we close out today what it is that you would like to be known for.
Well, what I would like to be known for is an educator that is committed to empowering through self-love, self
Mhm.
self-duplication and self-improvement. Like that is so huge to me. Like you've got to you've got to embody all of that to be a true educator.
What is self-duplication?
Okay, so that's probably my favorite that's my favorite part of it.
Yeah.
Self-duplication. I learned a lot of being out there that and it kind of lines up to what we were talking about earlier. Not
Mhm.
keeping it for yourself. You
Yeah.
know, if I my role always should be to help someone else to be able to do what I do.
Ah.
And if I'm not helping somebody else, I am creating a gap there in the system because I won't do it forever. I'm not
Yeah.
going to be in any particular role forever. And if I just say, I'm not going to show anyone else, I'm just going to do this, do this, do this, how do I continue that legacy? And if this work is important now, it's important later as well.
Yes.
So I have to duplicate myself,
Oh.
and to realize that we all out here can win. I mean, this is not about, oh, I'm not going to train her to be a good as principal as me because she's going to take my job. No, honey, it's over 3
No, now we're
million.
gonna have two great principals.
Exactly. There's 3 million plus educators out here. There's other positions.
Yes.
so so that's I'm very passionate about self-duplication.
Wow. I don't know if I've ever heard that before. You just educated me. Yes, doing your job out here.
I try.
I love it. Oh, and what a beautiful passion. The part that I really loved about the self duplication is that there can be more than one of you, like
Yes.
be more than one person doing exactly what you're doing, and there is enough for everybody. I hear this limiting belief a lot that someone else is already doing it, so I'm not going to do it. And I grew up in San Diego, and I lived in Denver,
Okay.
and both of them are brewery towns. And you could not throw a stone without a brewery either already there or they were putting one in. There was
Oh,
a brewery, same.
I'm from Milwaukee,
Yeah.
Wisconsin. So yes,
Yeah.
Brew City.
Yeah. And it was funny because my friends, especially my friends that like lived in the town with me, like the town that I grew up in San Diego. So we'd walk around and, I'd have all these women being like, I want to start this company, but someone else is already doing it. And I'm like, so which brewery you want to go to on Friday? You want to go to this one, this one, this one, or this one? And
Right.
they'd be like, I get your point. I'm like, yeah, because it doesn't matter how many there are. If it is your passion and it is your purpose, girl, you better step into it like
That's
now.
right. Do
Now.
it.
And if someone is coming to you for guidance in a respectful way, don't disrespect people out here who are offering their info, their inside info.
Right.
But we don't need to be stingy because there's enough for all of us. And at the end of the day, the more that we collaborate, the more that energy is going to make us attractive.
Absolutely.
Collaborative energy is attractive. This whole fight, competition, I got to be better than you, that is reflective and it will reject you from the places that you need to be in and the opportunities that you need to meet. So, oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Is there anything that you'd like to share before we pop off? I would love for you to share where people maybe well, sorry, I didn't mean to put words in your mouth. I'm going to
Okay.
give you an opportunity to tell everyone where they can find you, but is there any other little nuggets or blips of wisdom you'd like to share before we get into that?
Just one thing that I always try to share with everyone, take some time and get yourself a mentor or a group of people that you can learn from when you're out here in these entrepreneur streets because it is hard out
It's
here.
a hard knock life
It
for
is.
us.
It is. You have to surround yourself with people who are doing what you're doing and doing it well.
Yeah.
So if anything that I want to advise all of your listeners to know that it, don't do it alone.
Yeah.
There's too much help out here.
That's real. That's real. I'm glad that you shared that. It was one of the things that I wish I would have. I heard it at the beginning of my journey. I did not listen to it. I constantly did everything by myself. I still tend to do a lot of things by myself. I try not to. I try to like give myself permission to delegate and hire people. Um, but I remember at the beginning of my journey because I was like, well, I'm gonna make money before I spend money. And so I spent the first 3 years of my business putting little pieces together from YouTube. And it was literal hell. It was
Yeah.
literal hell. I was like, you could have hired a coach that could have condensed all of that for you in what, 6 weeks, and it took you 3 years, and you're spinning your wheels. Probably, and I think at the end of the day, you got to trade time for attention for money, and like if you like you can do it that way, but it's talk about self-confidence, talk about education. If you feel like you're not learning what it is you need to learn from all the hours you're putting in on YouTube University, your confidence is going to down the toilet. You're going to be like, I'm not good at this, I can't do this, this wasn't meant for me. But the second you get a coach or a mentor or a coaching container and they simplify it and they collapse that time for you, you're going to
Yes.
be like, I'm balling on the top of the world because this is where I was meant to be. Like,
Right.
this is the best.
Exactly.
So yes, take the time to invest in yourself, take the time to invest in your business.
Yeah.
Mindset is super key. I'm not a business coach anymore. I've owned multiple businesses. I decided to be a confidence coach because I believe that women who are starting their own businesses, women that are working online or on social media, women that are like out here trying to follow their dreams and kind of not exactly sure where to go, where to start. If your confidence is not on point, you can't do any of the other things that you're hoping to do. So that's the avenue I chose. Zandra chose education because she's passionate about it and she wants more women leaders, and she knows that she can be the one to teach other women how to do what she's doing, and that's why she chose what she chose. And so now I encourage all of you, whatever it is that you want to be doing, I hope that you'll make some time to do it. From day to day to day, it can get so monotonous. And if you're stuck in a job that you absolutely hate, it doesn't get better over time. I'm not saying that you have to go out and start your own business or be an entrepreneur, but definitely take some time to acknowledge that maybe you're not as fulfilled in your life as you want to be. And trust me, my love, there are more opportunities out there. You more career fields that you can dive into. You don't need to have specific degrees or educations for everything, right? We want you to get you back into a place where you feel empowered and fulfilled and happy and confident. And yeah, as you're listening to this episode, if this is you and you are wanting some guidance, please reach out to one of us, Sandra and myself. I'm sure we would love to help you if we can
Absolutely.
figure out where it is you would like to go. So Sandra, tell us where would you like people to visit you?
Visit me at www.zandrawebb.com. Again, that's www.zandrawebb.com. And of course, I'm on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Um, I have a YouTube channel, ZEducation LLC. I mean, that is where you can see even my podcast or are all the different things that I try to do. I've tried to put it out there. But you can find information on all of that on my website again, www.zandrawebb.com.
And we're going to put that down into the show notes of this episode. So if you didn't catch it, you can hit the show notes and we'll link all the places that you can find Zandra online, as well as where you can find information on the Vibrant Voice and Visibility coaching program, which is with me. Hi. Doors are now open, which I'm super excited about. We'll talk a little bit more about that on our next episode. I will be back here with you in 2 weeks with some amazing information about Vibrant Voice and Visibility. I hope you will be back here. Sandra, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for having me.